Good morning, everybody. We are open. Let's see what we can get going today. We're opening as inside days on all tickers I'm looking at for the most part. Gonna wait for a trend to develop and present itself. Got a nice spike coming across Tesla, SPY, QQQ as well. Apple, all spiking pretty nicely. Let's see if it can hold. Gonna set some alerts here to break above or below yesterday's high or low from the daily time frame. And flush right back down. See, we had a nice spike right here, this first candle. But then we had a bunch of selling pressure coming in with this wick, and the sellers just pushed the price right back down. And then we're seeing a reversal right here. That's why in the beginning of the session, it's always good to wait about 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere in that range, before you decide to jump into a position, because you could end up getting knifed out. And it is always good to wait for confirmation. By confirmation, I mean if it breaks above a certain level, your entry trigger is what I like to call it. You would want to wait for the next candle to close, and for confirmation I wait for the body of that candle to close. If the wick closes above that level, that is not confirmation for me, because the price action was pushed back down or pushed up, whichever way you want to look at it. So SPX, yesterday's high was 4168.34. I'm going to be keeping this on high watch for a move up. I believe if we get over yesterday's high, we could test 42 and possibly 42.25. If we switch to it and look at it on the daily time frame, 4168.34 was yesterday's high, and 41.81. About 4,200 even would be your next two for me. It's about 41.80 and 4,200 would be your next two price targets if we break yesterday's high. Let me pull up the scanner here and see if we've got anything popping off. Apple just broke yesterday's high. So let's see if this holds. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my fib from yesterday's low to yesterday's high. Boom, perfect. 10% extension, pullback. Power of Fibonacci right there. Based off of yesterday's low to high. I mean, it's close. It's the high is 151.03 and the fib on that candle is 151.03. So let's wait and see how this 3-minute candle closes here, whether we close above. If we do close above, maybe looking to go long on some calls. And we got a pullback. Wick pushing the price action back down. The market net flow right now is bullish. Algo is bullish. Momentum's positive. Nothing has really popped out yet. I'm going to set an alert for 4168.50 on XPS. SPX. Look at that big old pushback down on Apple. Baba finally closing that gap from yesterday. Not chasing that. We're pretty far extended from the 8 EMA there. Look how far down that got pushed. I mean, look at the size of that wick right there. I get a different drawing tool. Look at the size of that wick on that third 3-minute candle. We broke above yesterday's high, and then the sellers just pushed it right back down. So if we would have hopped in prematurely, you probably stopped out on that position. Tesla, if we zoom out to the daily and we look at this trend line, yesterday we tapped the trend line, but we didn't break it. So right now the bulls are trying to break out of this downtrend, and I believe if we get out of this downtrend, we can possibly test 800 easily. But right now the overall price action is just choppy. Choppy price action. SPX, we've got a nice gap. if on SPX right here, if the 8 MA, the green line, crosses under the 13 MA, the yellow line, I will go into some puts for a gap closure here. But right now the 8 EMA is above the 13, and that is a short-term indication of a bullish trend when the 8 is above the 13. Momentum shifted negative on market net flow. Calls are still above puts. Just choppy action so far. Don't want to force anything. If you guys got some tickers you want me to look at while we're waiting for the market to show its hand, drop them in the YouTube chat or in Discord. So right now I am sitting all cash, waiting for a position to present itself. And then we're going to make a move, stick to the game plan, start taking some profits at 15%, have a mental stop loss set at negative 25%. If the trade goes against us and we get to the area where we're going to stop out, we'll probably just market order out in order to get a quick fill. A lot of times if you use a limit order trying to get out of a position that's going against you, you will end up taking a bigger loss because you'll have to cancel and re-enter the order again. Let me look at AMD. So let me get rid of these drawings. So if we go out to the daily, this is how I always start. I'm going to draw yesterday's high and yesterday's low. We'll come back and we'll look at the 15-minute here, and the price action is currently in the dead middle. Before taking a position here, I would wait for a break above yesterday's high of 104.55 or below 100. Downside has some big potential all the way down to the 90s. Upside, zoom out to the hourly. Upside, we're sitting at quite a bit of resistance right here, all the way up to about 105 area. And then we've got clear skies to about 106.5. So I'm going to go ahead and set up some alerts over on this. So we're looking for above 104.55 or below 100.4. We'll just call it 100 even. But me personally, I wouldn't take that trade. Yeah. Let me turn the volume up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Is this better? Is that better volume for you? Me personally, I wouldn't take that trade until we broke above yesterday's high or low. It's probably just going to be choppy up until then. Let me see if I can get my mic any higher. I've got it all the way up and the gain turned up. Let's see here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Hello, hello? Here we go. Is that better? Is that better for you guys? I adjusted some settings. That should be a lot better. Jay, you want me to look at Tesla? So on Tesla, we've got the same story here. The two white lines on the charts, the horizontal lines, I have them marked as yesterday's high and low, and right now we are currently trading in between that level. And then we also have this downtrend marked here by this dashed line. waiting for the bulls to break above this and hopefully have a good trend reversal to the upside, and then we can easily test 850 all the way up to about 875. So looking at the market net flow right now, what I'm getting from it is the momentum is shifting from negative to positive. The call line and the put lines are rather flat for the most part. The algo is a tiny bit positive with a score of 5.7. Until the momentum starts going in one direction and we get a nice directional move from the call or put line, it'll probably remain choppy. So we had that breakout on Apple, and here we go again. We're trying to break out here. So let's see how this candle closes. Let's switch to the 3-minute time frame. We've got about 45 seconds before this candle closes. So that right there, if you would have caught that move by itself, I mean, look at this. Look at that. We're pulling the price action. First time we broke out of yesterday's high, we went to the 10% extension, we pulled back. Sellers sitting at that level, or the algo sitting at that level. Then we just broke out again, we run all the way to the 23.6, boom, pull back again. So that's not coincidence that that's happening. It's designed that way. That's how the computers know when to buy and sell to each other. They have to be programmed. Look, huge wick back down, huge rejection. So if we would have went in again, we would have been getting knifed out. So rejecting all the way back down, false breakout. Market net flow, we just had a huge spike in call activity. The algo's up, the momentum picking up a little bit, but yet SPY and Apple both selling off. Let's see, where are we at on SPX? SPX is trying to fill that gap. We're waiting for a cross under here on the 5-minute. We might get it. The 8 EMA under the 13 MA. Just a little odd that the call activity spiked that high, and then all of a sudden we had that huge knife down across the indexes and across a lot of big mega caps. Let's see, Microsoft. Microsoft's still kind of sitting afloat. Mr. Bill Gates there. AMD, we got a nice spike, but we're still in the middle. What's Nvidia looking like? What's them 3090s looking like? Let's go out here to the daily. I'm going to draw the high and low of yesterday. Look at the 5-minute. And we are directly in the middle, so we're going to set an alert for above 192, an alert below 183.50. So let's go back to Apple. I mean, look at that hard rejection. We got 10 seconds left on this candle, but from the length of the wick itself, I do not feel confident in going long on some calls here. I believe we're going to push right back down below yesterday's high. SPX, still watching for this cross. Still watching here. Yeah, for some reason, the gain on my physical microphone is turned up all the way, but the gain in the settings on the computer was not. But now, it should sound much, much better. So I'm probably not going to post these plays that I'm taking on the live into the chat itself. I'm or if you guys want me to, I can. So I'm going to query the bot real quick. If we look at the net flow of Apple and the net flow of SPY, are they hedging against each other again like they were yesterday? No, not so much. So I may try some SPX puts here. Looking for a triple top. We're getting a wick here. We got 1 minute on this candle, on this 3-minute candle. Let's see how we close. $30 seconds left on this candle. And we're closed on this candle. I'm going to go for one SPX 4120 put. In at $6.60. This is a 0 days to expiration, so I'm going to utilize a little bit bigger of a stop loss. Currently down about 10% in this position. Looking for a rejection here. Let me switch to the 5-minute time frame. I'm not looking at the neck flow right now. I'm just playing the chart action itself. I'm looking for how the price rejected here off the 50%. So going to be looking to take profit if we get there about 15% on this. 15-20%. So focus, I was mainly, like I said, looking at the chart action and seeing that we pulled down a little bit. The price action went to about the 41.55 level and couldn't break it. Then the next candle did the same exact thing. And then I was hoping for a triple top here. Yes, although the market net flow is screaming calls, it has been a little off for the past 3 days. Most of the time that we've been using it since its inception and Tgt has been playing it, we've been in a negative gex environment, and now we have shifted into a positive gex environment, and it's not really working the same as it was before. It's not as reliable as far as I've seen. Excuse my language, there's some fuckery going on in the background, and the market makers are, yesterday it looked like they were hedging Apple against SPY or vice versa, and it was causing the net flow to be all sorts of messed up. Come on, give me that flush. So we're about break even on this position. So really, I would like to look for a gap closure all the way back down to 41.30 area. Overall, choppy price action. Just choppy. Looking at Tesla on a different screen, is still in the middle of yesterday's range. SPY as well. Apple broke out of the range again, but it's getting rejected. It's got a triple top going on here. So on SPX here, what I've done is I've drawn my Fibonacci from the high of the day to the low. So it is drawn from here to here, from the high to the low. As you can see, the price action pulled back to the 50% retracement and then pulled back almost perfectly to the 61.8 and is now pushing down a little bit lower. As long as we don't pass the 88.6 or the 100, I still feel that we may get a gap closure here. I would probably stop out over the high of day. So we're up 8%, 10%. So I'm going to set a sale for $8. We're up 15%. Contracts at 760 and sold out at 22% on that SPX right there. $148 profit. Anybody lock that in with me? In and out. And here's what I was saying, gap closure. So if you're still in that position, the contracts are currently at $9.50. So you'd be sitting pretty sweet right now. So this was taken on live. I'm going to post our in and out. So that was a quick, let's see, we got into that position at 9:54 and we got out at 10. So we were in the position for a total of 6 minutes. So it's pretty good right there. Pretty good. So now I'm going to wait for another play to present itself. And we'll try to lock that one in. Let's see, we had a tradie flow alert come in. So we had, looking at the tradie flow bot, we had IWM alert for 185 puts expiring on September 16th. And that came through at 9:56. So it literally came through like less than 5 or 6 minutes ago. We got Apple trying again right here. So I'm going to watch this on the 3-minute time frame and see how this candle closes. We do have a nice uptrend developing here. So as long as we hold this trend line, we got 25 seconds left on this candle. Maybe looking to go long here on some Apple calls. Let me switch over to the daily and see where our resistance is going to come in. So we're clear to almost the 153 level. So we need over 152 and then we should be able to get to 153. So Apple, probably look at the 155s. That candle closed. We did close above that extension level, so I'm going to go ahead and go on the 155s. I'm going to get 3 contracts at, I'm going to try to get a fill at 65 cents here. Wait, I haven't pulled the trigger on this yet. Yeah, we'll go 3 for 65 cents. Let's see if we get a fill. And we are filled. 3 contracts at 65 cents. A little bit of a flush back down here. As long as we hold this trend line and stay above the 8 EMA, I'm going to stay in this play. Yeah, you should see my positions on the screen. Hard rejection here. Gonna see how this candle closes. Down about 15%. Big rejection. If the body of this candle closes under this trend line in 30 seconds, we'll be out. I will stop out. Now if we wick back up, then I will possibly stay in. Down about 24%. Yeah, the whole market's dipping. 1 And the candle closed, the body's under. We're going to get out. I'm going to get out at market order. I'm out 27% down on that play. So stuck to the plan, used a stop loss, minimized our risk exposure. As long as you contain your risk and you stick to a plan, you should be fine in any market. I like to typically stick to a -20, -25%. That one a little bit more than I would like. So SPX is going for a full gap closure here. I may decide to ride this down. Gonna see how this candle closes here. So we're under the 200 MA on the 13-minute. See 5-minute time frame. Full on gap closure. If we would have rode that, we'd have been up probably 200% now. Those 1120s or the 4120s that we were in at 660 are now sitting at $11 per contract. So it's almost $11.50 a contract. So they'll be coming up on 100% soon. I got 30 seconds on this candle here. But you see what I mean about the net flow? It's screaming bullish, but yet here we go. The market's just tanking. Full gap closure. Candle closes in 15 seconds. Boy, was that a move down. Look at Tesla. I'm going for SPX 4100s. One contract. In at $6.70. Like I said, I'm going to utilize a wider stop loss on these because they are 0 days to expiration. We are under the 200 MA on the 3-minute. I believe we can push lower to yesterday's low around 4104. We really need a break under the 200 MA here on the 5-minute time frame. And then we should have a real nice flush down. Contract's currently up about 4%. %6. $13, 15%. Come on, give us a break of this 200 MA. Push it. Push it down, bears. You could have locked some profit there at 15% off that one contract. You would have been up about over $100 in less than 5 minutes again. So this one, I myself am going to ride this one down. I believe we go to test yesterday's low. We're looking at 20% now on that contract. Called out in real time. Come on, push it. Push it under. We tapped 25% there. It's good when you are playing SPX to watch Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, the huge mega caps in the market. Apple's got a heavy weight. It's almost got a 2.5 trillion market cap itself. So if we come in here and we look at Apple and we look at its market cap, 2.433 trillion. So it's got a pretty heavy weight. Come on, push us down, bears. Get us under that 200. Flush it. See, if we would have followed the market net flow today, we would have played everything wrong. So sometimes it's good just to rely on price action itself. So look, there we go, under the 200, 25% on the contracts, 27, 30%, flush it, 35, 40%, 45, 50%. I think we're going to go in and test yesterday's low. So contracts were in at 670, currently sitting at 10.25. How we look on Apple. Apple flushing, Microsoft flushing, Facebook contracts currently up about 55%, everything flushing out. Tesla's also flushing. I have it on a subchart. Yeah, right now, price target, like I said, 4104. We're up 60% on this contract. $65. $70. Come on. Let me get 4104. 80%. Contracts currently sitting over $12. Tesla flushing hard. I'm going to try to get a fill here and sell this contract at around $12. I'm going to change my sell to 11. I'm going to take these profits. I might get 12. Let's see. Nope, changing to 11. And I'm out at 11. 63% profit on that. Gave back about 17%. So on the day, I'm up $523 on this account with 3 trades. Almost a 15% account increase for the small account challenge. I'm going to post the balance and the day's profit loss into the chat. And I'm probably going to call it a day, guys. Don't want to overtrade. I don't want to give back any of these profits. 3 trades, 2 out of 3 were green. Followed the trend, executed, stayed disciplined, stopped out on Apple. I got that one wrong. It's okay. You're going to get some trades wrong. The thing is to lock those profits and get out. Now those 4100s are at 1150, 1170. So I'm perfectly content with the profit I made. And I'm good for today. So thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If this helps you guys, please share my channel. Please hit the like button, subscribe, join the Discord. We're going to let about 10 to 15 more members in for free, and then it's going to switch to a paid Discord. Thank you guys.